Hello, my name is Shannon. I'm from New Jersey, but I'm currently a freshman at Clemson University in South Carolina. This vlog is for Library 100, and I did a new student dialogue session on poverty, which I found very interesting. They had us do a lot of activities that simulated what the life of people who are in poverty is like. And they stressed a lot that it wasn't a game, that it was a simulation, because this is really what life is like for a lot of people in America, and not only in America, but all over the world today. In the new student dialogue, I played the role of the mother of the house. I had 2 kids. My husband had just abandoned me, and I didn't have a bank account. I had $10 and nothing else. I didn't have a job. We didn't have any food stamps or anything like that. So we were really living on the edge, didn't really have much to deal with there. So my first priority was to go get a job to support my 14-year-old daughter and my 17-year-old son. My son, they suspected that he dealt drugs, I think, and he also just got a girl pregnant. So she was also involved a little bit in this situation. I'm sure if the dialogue or the situation were to have gone further than 1 month, which was the limit of the new student dialogue, it would have been a huge issue, because we would have had to support another child and help support another adult as well. I was really surprised as to how stressful it was, because, I knew it must be really stressful to be living in poverty like that, especially to such extremes, but I had always assumed that, yes, that life is very challenging when you live like that, but also people don't do enough to help themselves and help their families, just because they get discouraged by the challenge after challenge. And yes, I definitely still think that, but the stress to which the people are really under is really appalling, and I feel like you wouldn't really understand it unless you went through it. I felt like all the pressure was on me, especially as the parent. I had to go to work at a full-time job, but I also had to make sure my kid was going to school. All my bills were getting paid. I had to make sure I had enough transportation passes for everyone to get somewhere, and it just didn't work out for me. It didn't work out for my family. We didn't really pay any of our bills because we never really had time. Transportation passes were a big deal. I'm not really so sure that would be so much of an issue unless you're in more of a suburban area, because if you lived in a city, you could walk to a lot of the places that you would be going to, and I would much rather walk than have to pay for transportation passes every week, especially since it took 5 to get to work. I would understand paying for some transportation passes, but not for as many as we had to. It was definitely very stressful. I felt a lot of pressure, and a lot of people described themselves as feeling helpless. I didn't really feel helpless, but I felt like I was being pulled in a lot of directions, and I tried to prioritize what we needed to do, and what I needed to do and what we had to sell to make money, and it's just you have to think very bare minimum of what you need. And a lot of the times people don't ask for help, although they need it. We probably should have asked for help, but I just really didn't get the chance to, because I would work all the time, and there was always something else on my mind, we have to pay the bills now, we have to go somewhere else now, we have to do something now, and it feels like going to get help would take away from something that needs to get done more immediately, which I guess could be an issue. I'm sure it's a real life issue for a lot of these people. The interaction with my family, we all tried to help each other out, but I only had like 2 kids. It's not like I had a husband to help me out. My one son was 17, so he did some of the work, but in real life I probably would have made him go get a job. I also had the 13-year-old girl, and she was going to school all the time. And I wouldn't really want to send a 13-year-old girl to go do errands all the time either, so I don't know if she would be too much help. But we all tried to help each other, and we all, like, it all seemed very, like, discombobulated. We were all very stressed out about it. What stands out most to me from this experience is just, like, what I felt in the situation, because it was just, like, very hectic, and I thought when they said that, like, it was going to be an hour, I was like, I'm going to be here for an hour, and, excuse me, thought I was going to sneeze, but, it really, like, the time went by really quickly, because you're always doing something, and it seems like there's not enough time to do anything, which I'm sure is what it's like in real life for a lot of those people. This experience impacted me to be more sympathetic towards people like that. I definitely, like, it's not like I wasn't sympathetic, like I didn't care about them before, but it really opens your eyes to, like, how many people are living like that and how many people feel that way, and it really sucks to have to feel that way. And there's really a lot more people than you realize that live in those kind of conditions. Like, I don't know, I come from, like, I'm not personally, like, rich or anything, but, like, I come from, like, a nice area, and there's not many people that live like this that I'm aware of. But I know, like, when I go into the cities and stuff, that you see homeless people on the street, but you also have to take into account that there's people that aren't homeless, but they're very most certainly living in, like, extremely stressful situations like this, and it's just unfortunate, and I think we need to do more to help them. And I thought this was a really helpful new student dialogue. I thought it was going to be kind of a drag, but I actually enjoyed going to it because I learned something from it. And that's it.